turn. Toss it out, watch it burn. Let's make a toast, hope for the most. Let's light it up tonight.
Oh yeah, I feel the heat, it's burning up my throat. Yeah, it's coming close, but still I want some more. I forgot the time, it's the middle of the night. Yeah, the sun went down, yeah, all I see is bright.
You be the kerosene and I will be your fire. You be the fuse that's lit and I will be your dynamite. You be the kerosene.
My name is Preston Collins, and I am with the Fairmont Flyer, and today we are here with The Exchange. So,
Hey!
What up?
Hello! Hi!
all right, so we're just going to go down the line so you guys can introduce yourselves and say what your position in the group is. So, start with you.
Great. Hi, I'm Christopher Diaz, and I sing bass in The Exchange.
Either one. My name is Richard Steitner. I am the beatboxer for the group.
My name is Fredo Austin, and I am the tenor 2 for the group.
My name is Aaron Sperber, and I am the cool one. I'm kidding, I'm the tenor one.
My name is Jamal Moore, and I'm the president.
Bye.
I sing baritone in the group.
So, what inspired you guys to do a cappella?
How much time do you have?
We have like 20 minutes.
Well, I think the answer is different for all of us, but the thing that inspired me to do a cappella was, as sad as it might sound, is I really needed to make a group of friends in college, and a lot of my friends were in an a cappella group, and so they just kept asking me to audition, and I kept saying no, and then when I did, I got in and got a family out of it, so that's why I did it.
All right. Yeah.
I was actually in a band. Used to play guitar, and so this was sort of just something I did because a friend of mine wanted me to sing, and it was completely by accident.
When I went to college, I just wanted to keep singing, so I went to college for like physical therapy. But a couple kids were singing, or a couple groups were singing a cappella at, what is that, like, that student
union.
yeah, one of those like meetings where all the tables are around. And I was like, that seems cool, and so I went and auditioned, and here we are.
You are!
Here we are!
Finally got in.
I was always an instrumentalist growing up, and I loved harmony, and I also loved to sing, and when I started singing more, I thought it would be so cool to be making harmony with the vocals, because I was used to it as part of instrumental groups. So I was really excited about that.
I grew up singing in choirs and groups and stuff like that, and then when I got to college, this guy just popped up at my lunch table one day and was like, "Hey, you sing?" And I was like, "You don't know that. How do you know that I sing?" And so,
It was a wild guess.
yes, and then we just started hanging out, singing together, and then I've been addicted to it ever since.
All right, thanks. All right. So, how did you guys come together as a group?
Do you want this? I think. So we performed in different groups on season 3 of the Sing Off, and that's actually how I met Aaron. It's kind of a funny story, maybe for another time. But
No, tell them!
all right.
Oh, wait, but maybe don't.
Maybe not.
No,
It
don't tell.
involves drinking, which is why
No.
we're being
No, it
weird
doesn't.
about it. We're grown-ups.
No,
we're
it
allowed to
doesn't.
do that.
We were on stage.
Well, the very first time.
that one. Well, that's how I met Aaron, was over beers, so...
Never.
Hey, I'm
Water,
being honest
children.
about it.
I'll tell the story. We do there's like a group dance number, and we were practicing and dancing out there, and who was it in the group? Was it
I think it was Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman wanted to know something about me, and so Aaron came over and and I guess he wanted to see my reaction, and that was my first interaction with Aaron, and I didn't take fondly to that, so that answered his question. But
He still doesn't like me to this day.
I love you.
Love you too.
But no, so we were on the season with Pentatonics, so none of us won. But it's okay, it's all right. And then anyway, so time went on. Aaron and Chris had kind of put together a group. Chris was he was working on the show as a producer and an arranger and a coach, and so he and Aaron met over beers, and then over time we kind of found who wanted to be involved with the group. And Fredo actually did a lot of the background music. You might have heard Fredo more than us on the actual show, because Fredo's actually like
The bumper music.
The bumper music, yeah, in the show, in the sing-off. Anyway, so that's kind of partly how we knew Fredo. We knew him around too. Acapella is a pretty small world. So this is a really long story. I'm just rambling on now. But anyway, so we picked him up, and then we've been touring ever since.
All right. much do you guys dedicate to practicing and making sure that you guys perform at the best of your ability?
Can I answer that one? So I think something that is really important for singers to keep in mind, I would imagine all artists, but specifically singers, is that we are professional singers. So my degree is in voice, as are Aaron and Jamal's respectively. I studied music, and so I spent a lot of time and put a lot of effort into honing my craft, and my technique and my instrument. So to be entirely frank with you, I don't practice as much as maybe somebody in a scholastic group would. But the flip side of that is that we have a lot of real world on the job experience with this. So we have such a rigorous performing schedule. We spend about 8 or 9 months of the year out on the road, oftentimes in other countries, performing sometimes every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. So that is about as good as practice as it gets, getting to have the audience respond to you and getting to build a show and see how they respond to it.
Okay. What motivates you guys to do a cappella?
What motivates us?
I think it's the human element for me, at least. It's the sense that like you're not there with computers or instruments or anything in between you, and it doesn't I guess you can sing a cappella one person, but this is about ensemble singing. It's about connecting with somebody musically but also emotionally. In order to like blend with somebody, you need to understand them too. You need to know where they're nervous in their voice or where their insecurities are musically and as a person. And so when you learn to reach out and cover each other in that way, it's some kind of special bond that I think you can find easiest in a cappella. So that's a main motivation for me.
Is that kind of a unanimous thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, you tell a good story about like it's the end of the world, and like there's nothing left to do. You can always sing together, and it's I don't know. It's a little like kumbaya, but but yeah, I mean, we come from such different backgrounds and such different musical tastes. Like this is really kind of the only way that we would have ever met each other. So it's kind of cool.
After all of you guys is performing and stuff, what is the most exciting place you guys have ever been to and performed?
Kettering?
Yeah, we all have different answers. Kettering does, right up there.
Why is Kettering? Why would you say that?
Oh, well, I mean, we're ingratiating ourselves a little bit, but I love being here because this is this festival specifically, but also this region is a place where the parents are supportive, the staff are supportive, and there's a musical community. There's a culture of music here, which means that whenever I come, not only do I get to share my skills and my passions with these students and get to, feel really good at something, I also get to learn so much back from them because there's this constant cycle in and out of knowledge and of students and of ideas. And for those of you who don't know, maybe those of you who do, this is a region where some of the best scholastic a cappella in the world comes from, and so it's a really cool place to be. So I mean, I like being in Australia too, but I love coming here.
Okay. So what's your favorite thing about being in a group? And Jamal, could you answer this one?
Sure. My favorite thing about being in a group is, well, especially this group, is that we're all so different. I studied opera, he studied opera, Chris studied opera, but I grew up in church, Fredo grew up in church, Richard loves rock music, Aaron grew up as a cellist, and Chris played euphonium. Like, we're all across the board. We're so different, but when we come together on stage, we make this unique package that people love, and it's been a love for it all across the world. So I'm just grateful for that, I guess, and that's what I really enjoy about being in an ensemble.
Okay. As a group, what is the most difficult thing you guys have faced, and how did you guys overcome that?
Wow.
That's
a good question.
That's a really good question. And we've had different types of challenges. But you can go.
Oh, no.
No, please. No. This is going to be the most difficult. This is the biggest challenge.
Deciding who talks about
Go ahead. You were going to say something. You can talk.
I think the biggest challenge was the amount of sacrifice that comes with it. Like, if you're really going to do it, I mean, we started nothing, no website, no set list, no nothing, no microphones, we didn't have a name, you know what I mean? And like to really like come together and be like, we are going to do this, and just really dedicate yourself to the whole entire idea of knowing that there's going to be like failures. There's been times where we've performed in front of 6 people. There, you know what I mean? There's been times where like, you know, it's not as good as you hope that it is, and it's a lot of trial and error, and to just not let that break you down and to keep going with that. And I think that was probably the most difficult part. But once you get past that, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you know, you just go with it. You just roll with it.
I was just basically going to back that up and say that along with that, sacrifice means that, you know, inherently in life, when you choose something, you're not choosing something else. Which means that, like, if we choose each other, the 5 of us, we might be choosing to not have a holiday with our family, or to not, go to your best friend's wedding, even, because you're just across the world and you can't make it back in time. And that can be hard as a person. But to be in it and have 5 people be in it together is what makes it worth it.
Okay. What excites you guys the most about Aquafest this year?
They seem hype.
Yeah. Everybody here is here for this. Like, they don't want to. Like, they love acapella, and we've performed for audiences that kind of know acapella, some that don't know acapella, or they don't know English and all that stuff. But you know what I mean? We get an audience this time that's just like ready to go. And so all of our tricks and all of our stuff that we've been working on for these past 3 years, we get to share with a group of people that will really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Really
Nice.
good. Can I say also that I've never been to this festival before. This is my first time, and what I really am loving about it is like there's a different culture than a lot of other festivals that I have been to, and I'm not just saying a cappella festivals, but the fact that there isn't a competition is like really special, I think, because it means that everybody is coming here because they want to, and in a culture of like learning, sharing and learning, exchanging, haha, if you will. But
Nice.
Really it's like a very warm. It takes out that element of like of rivalry or of wondering who's better and comparing apples to oranges, when really sometimes we just shouldn't. We should be able to appreciate what's best in each group and what we can learn from that. And so I love the atmosphere here because that's what it's all about.
Okay. Do you guys have any advice for anybody who's like aspiring to be an acapella artist or beatboxer?
Work hard and be nice to people.
There it is. If you want to be a beatboxer, you should start with Boots and Cats. Start with that, and from there you will evolve. I promise you. That's the way it
Natural
works.
progression.
Boots and Cats, then.
Works every time.
This is Boots and Cats is good. I think the hardest part is not just acapella. That's a skill that can be learned, but it's about what attitude you come to it with. That's like something that you can control. And one of the things I like about this group, and one of the things that's made us successful, is that we hold each other at the same esteem and we respect each other. And if you respect it, people do this from a very personal standpoint. I mean, singing is so vulnerable and personal, and none of us are perfect, and we all are self-conscious in a way and not good at something. If you can respect the people around you and build them up, instead of like, you sang that wrong, or that was flat, and like it's such an easy trap to get into. If you can just find ways to find the people around you and enjoy them that way, enjoy them for who they are, then that makes it actually worth it.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys like to say? I wish I asked you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chris,
Well,
I'm sure there's a lot more.
yeah, there's a ton of stuff, but I think presently, I would really like for people to go to our social media, to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, and to add us. We are at Exchange Vocal. Our website is exchangevocal.com, and all of our music is on iTunes. I feel like that's important, not just because I want to plug the band, but because something we didn't talk about is how we are completely self-run. We are an independent and so indie band. We do this ourselves because we love it, and we want to have control over our product and over who we reach and how we reach them. And when you support us by liking our Facebook page, by engaging with our videos, by buying our music, you are contributing directly to our ability to keep hopefully changing the world with music. So hopefully you'll check us out at Exchange Vocal. And I don't think this will air before the show, but come see our show.
All right, well, that's it for the interview. So.
All right. Thanks, man.